Panel, the people you're about to meet are real people with real stories. If you're ready, let's meet our first guest. And here to tell us about it, David Kent.
You've heard
Clark,
she's
sorry.
a computer operator from West Virginia, Mary Montgomery.
Hi, Mary. I don't want to keep talking about clothing, but everyone looks so nice today. That's a pretty outfit.
Thank you.
You got a problem, have you?
Bill, you look nice, too.
It's about time. Thank you. How can anyone like you have a problem?
Okay, I do have a problem. My boyfriend loves to hear the sound of a motor going when we're making love.
That's
we
a
make
problem.
love very frequently and long periods of time. So
Wait a minute. Wait, let's get this. It's just beginning to sink in. When you make love, he wants to hear a motor running.
he wants to hear motor running.
Okay, go ahead.
So generally we use a vacuum cleaner. We listen to the
This is fantastic.
You listen to the vacuum cleaner, huh?
Yeah, I suggest
we listen to
that-
the vacuum cleaner the whole time.
Yeah.
But one time I had lit the vacuum cleaner to my girlfriend, so we had to listen to the blender.
I've never tried that.
You know what kind of danger he's in?
Electrical shock, right?
No, I hadn't been thinking of that.
Only after everything else at the sanitarium is fixed. Yes. Wait a minute now. Vacuum cleaner, blender.
But the blender's a motor burnout.
Oh,
We
well,
burn the motor out.
yeah.
Wait, what does he do? Is he a roto-rooter man or something?
No, the first time he made love, which he told me about, it wasn't with me, years ago. He was out in the car with the girl, okay, and
Yeah.
it was cold outside, so they left the motor running in the car to get heat. So ever since then, he's been stimulated by this rough sound of a motor running. So it really gets his motor running.
It's
Sounds great. I mean,
You can go deaf.
My mother told me almost the same thing.
My father told me. Missed by about that much. You burned out the blender. The vacuum cleaner's lent to your girlfriend. So he spends time at her house, I guess.
Oh, no, we got the vacuum cleaner back after the motor burnt out in the blender. But now he's asked me to get married, and I'm wondering what am I going to do?
I have one question. What's going to happen when the gasoline prices go up?
Yeah,
Oh, well, the vacuum cleaner doesn't use gas.
that's true. Oh, you have one of those newfangled.
oh, Bill, you got her out of that.
Yeah. Panel, let me go down the line because this intrigues me. The whole thing is intriguing. If you could hear only one sound while making love, but had to hear one sound while making love, what sound would you want to hear? All right, Elaine, if you... Go ahead.
Well, one sound?
One sound while making love.
One constant sound, the same sound.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. This sounds pretty good. I would try this.
Try the motor.
I would try the motor, the garbage
right.
disposal, or the dishwasher. You know?
Peter, how about you,
On
Peter?
the spin cycle only.
Exactly.
Don't
Peter.
give him any ideas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Disregard that, fella, if you're watching.
Peter.
I have a suggestion. Why doesn't she get him a washing machine? But I mean, I think music.
Music, yeah, okay.
Oh, no, that's not rough enough.
No, we have one of our panel.
Oh, she's got a trucker.
We're doing a poll now. See, one of our panel has been polled to the extent
I'm not a
music.
poll.
That's Peter, and you say a motor running, you non-poll. How about you, Jamie?
Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt
Yes.
and Governor Brown. I mean,
Jerry Brown running.
Just one sound.
That's all.
I've been thinking about it. I think it would be Farrah Fawcett going,
Very good.
That's better, one sound.
Or anyone looking any way at any age saying thank you, thank you. That's what I... Okay, panel, since Mary's boyfriend
Doesn't he
has
have his
proposed
own
to her, Mary wants to know this. Should she marry a man who can only get in gear when he hears a motor running? These are not my words. Should she marry a man who can only get in gear when he hears a motor running? Yes or no, Elaine?
Should she marry him?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get fed up with it after a few years, I would think.
And my children, what am I
but
gonna
maybe it'll progress to something else.
okay.
And what? I can't imagine, but go ahead.
Okay, Peter.
A little thing
Well,
like
I
that.
think it depends on whether she is so stuck on this fellow that she doesn't mind all the noises, the extracurricular noises, but extraneous noises. But can you? How about you? Can you make it without a motor?
Oh yes, I'm good. I have my own motor.
Okay, good. Jamie.
All right.
I think it'd be wonderful for her to stay with him. I have a feeling if they ever have a baby, it's going to have a little electrical cord. Its stomach or something. Sure.
Jeff?
She's going to start a new trend. She's going to say marriage license, batteries not included. I think you should marry the guy, and because and then let the motor run, and instead from now later on, instead of saying I have a headache, you just unplug.
Right. Listen, the panel thinks you should marry the guy. If it doesn't work, trade him in. That's our advice to you. We'll be back after this word of interest. So, panel, we have a fella who has an unusual story for you. Would you introduce him, please, Jack?
Sure, Bill. He's a sports coordinator for the city of Irvine, Mark Oakey.
Hello, Mark. What does a sports coordinator do, briefly?
Well, I'm in charge of kids programs for the city, and I just make sure things are running good with baseball programs and basketball and football or whatever's going on at the time.
Okay. Tell us about your game of life, or however you want to put
Okay.
it.
Well, I've known this girl for about a year, and she's really good looking, really pretty, and I have a really good time when I go out with her, and she's really fun to be with. Only problem is, whenever we go out, well, when we first started going out, she'd say, "Don't touch me." Oh, I'm sorry. I touched the microphone.
I see your point.
Said that,
Right.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay, fingers, go ahead.
Okay, she says, "Don't touch me," and at first I thought she's just kind of kidding. And well, anyway, and but after a while she kept saying it, and she'd say it in like a sarcastic way, but I think she really means it, and it just kind of drives you crazy.
Yeah,
and when
sure.
she says that, I just want to like grab her and shake her or something, because I don't know.
Now, you've been going with her a year?
Yeah, I've gone out with her, well, like off and on. Like, I'll go out with her and, she'll say, "Don't touch me," or something. And then I'll say, "Okay, that's it." If she doesn't want me to touch her, I'm not going to go out with her anymore.
I assume you have not touched her then, figuratively speaking.
Well, I touch her a little bit, but she just doesn't act like she likes it.
What does that involve?
Well, I mean, just like normal things, like coming up to someone and, like touching their
Don't
hand.
touch me. No, I'm only
It
kidding.
must be me, I guess.
No, it's not. That's not what I'm here for. I should have died. I couldn't resist.
Oh, I don't care.
Will she
Matter
let you
of
hold
fact-
hands with her?
Well, no, not really. Like, she doesn't always say, "Don't touch me." Sometimes she just kind of goes, like she does the same thing. Sometimes she just pulls her hands away. Or
Say that you and she would be going. What would be a typical date for you and
okay,
her?
like say we
miniature
just
golf,
go. Well, oh no.
What, a movie?
Yeah,
Sports.
say we go to a movie.
You go to a movie.
or
What kind of
something.
movie would you go see?
I'll pick her up. Well, just your average.
What was the name of the
movie.
last movie you saw?
Ooh, I think so. The Goodbye Girl.
Okay, so you pick her
That's
up.
the name of the lady.
Yeah. I went up, saw the movie, had a really good time. She's just really fun to be
Now,
with.
wait a minute. Let me stop you right
Okay.
there. Up to this point, have you or have you not laid a hand on this lady?
Oh, well, yeah, sometimes, and she's usually
When she's
took
asleep
it away
or
or something.
unconscious, you sneak up and touch her.
Yeah, well, I try. But, she just acts like she'll just say, "Don't touch me," or move my hand away.
Have you seen anybody else touch her?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're on the ball
color for you.
there.
Did she leave you on and then?
Yeah, she acts. See, it's not like it's not like "Don't touch me. I don't ever want to see you again."
Yeah.
I'm fairly perceptive. I can tell if someone
yeah.
doesn't like me.
You got the hint from the microphone
Yeah.
right away. Yeah.
Is she a tease?
Well, no, it's not like that. She just acts really friendly, and just like maybe she wants me to touch her, wants to get romantic, but
Yeah.
as soon as I touch her,
Is she from India?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It
This
sounds
is
like.
sounds like a very bad problem.
Do you
this
like
lady has.
her?
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
you
I
keep
have
going
her.
out with her?
Yeah, well, usually it depends. Sometimes I get really frustrated, so I won't go out
I
with her
can
anymore.
understand
but then
that.
I'll see her, and she just looks so good, and she's so nice.
Oh,
And so I just end up asking her out. I think my mouth just
Do you
asks
know
her
her
out.
parents?
Your mouth asks her out.
I don't know. My brain, I go, oh, I know what's going to happen, but I just do it anyway.
I think you ought to marry her and start a new religion.
Yeah,
She's not celibate, is she?
What?
I think what...
He didn't even touch her. What do you
What she
mean?
wants to know. What she wants to know, do you think, how shall I put it, has anyone else touched her, in your estimation?
That's a good question, Bill.
Well, my roommate went out with her.
Her roommate.
My roommate went out with her, and he kind of ran into the same kind of thing, and so he just kind of left.
Do you know her parents? I mean, is she demonstrative with her family at all, or are they?
No, she seems like a normal person.
Okay, let me
Oh God, this is wonderful.
okay, if you want to put, let me check this out for you. Now, you stick with me, Mark. You hang in there. Panel, here's what Mark wants to know. He wants to know whether there's any hope for him with a girl who won't be touched. It's as simple as that. Is there any hope for Mark with a girl who won't be touched? Yes or no? What do you say, Elaine?
I would say no, and I wouldn't. You're a darling,
He is.
adorable, humorful, marvelous man. You don't need this. Find yourself another doll that fits you, believe me.
Okay, how about you, Dave?
Yeah. Mark, through life, you're going to receive little hints, little clues about the way things are going for you. I don't think you get a prayer here, pal.
Feelsies are in. It's great to touch and hug and
Jim?
kiss.
Yeah, I feel the same way. You're going to have to either that or take her to New York and put her on the subway and watch her freak out.
Hello, Phil. This is Go Your Own Way. Mark, you're a marvelous guy. Really enjoyed meeting you. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for everything. Right. Hey, now, when you see this girl and hear her complaint, you're not going to believe it's possible. Jack?
Right. She's a receptionist from San Jose, Bill, looking for expert advice. Cheryl Looney.
Hello, Cheryl. Sit down and be comfortable. I can't believe that Cheryl ever had a problem in this world. Certainly none that I started. Cheryl, what is the story? What do you want to talk to us about?
Well, I've been married 4 months, and my husband doesn't pay any attention to me any longer. And I've tried everything.
Wait, let me get this straight, because you're speaking a little softly. But what you said, and I don't think I heard right, was you've been married 4 months and your husband doesn't pay any attention to you.
Not very often.
Okay. Now, you've been married 4 months.
We lived together for a year, and everything was just fantastic.
Oh, wait a minute. When you lived together before you were married? Oh. Oh, good. But then you got married, and he stopped paying attention.
He just comes home with his cocktail and sits in front of the television set, and by 9:30 he's out.
It's a very sad moment. The man's been dead for 2 months.
I gather you tried, because everything was normal when you were not married, when you were just living together. I gather you tried to excite his attention or affect his risibilities, do you?
Well, I used to work part-time, so I would come home and take a bath and smell just fantastic and make candlelight dinners, and then that didn't really work. So I switched to the night dresses.
Night dresses?
No night dresses.
No night dresses. Wait a minute. Let me set... Let me set the scene, if for no one else, for me. You're not talking about the night dresses necessarily at night, but you talk about you walk around the house in night dresses? And no night dresses?
Well...
And you don't turn him on?
Not really. He's more interested in television.
I think, Cheryl, we have to establish what you consider a little attention.
Well...
Are we talking about hugs and kisses?
No, I'm talking about more than 3 times a week.
More than 3?
There is a 7-day week, you know, and there's 7 days.
And you want at least once a day an extreme tight hug, is that correct?
Did
your husband hug you every day when you were living together?
Oh, super romantic.
Every single day?
Oh, yeah?
Well, maybe he's just one of those men that we know so well who just like, what are you looking at me for? Well, maybe you would know. Who just like to live, and then when they get married, then the fun is gone for them.
They retire. Maybe you're feeding them too much.
Well, I've gotten fatter, so maybe that's why. We eat a lot.
Wherever you put the weight on, I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't gotten thinner. Not enough exercise.
As you say, 7 days in a week. God made the whole world in 6.
What does your husband do?
He works in advertising.
Is it very
It's
exhausting?
very strenuous.
Oh, it must be.
It didn't
holds
used
up
to
the
be.
billboard on Sunset. What's he doing? Is he a creative man, pardon the expression, in advertising?
No, he represents like Los Angeles Magazine. and
Let me
stuff.
ask you this,
Would he be
Sheriff.
interested in any sort of partnership or arrangement?
For after hours.
You say that you have mentioned that you greet him at the door in like a short nightdress or nothing at all. May I ask, just for my own personal taste, do you wear high heels then?
No, I haven't tried the
High heels are sensei. You haven't tried high heels?
Maybe garters or something. I could get
Garters
into
are
garters.
black garters, yes. Black garters, you know, and what I like is a waist pincer with a little ruby right in here. And high heels. Do they still make springalators?
Yes, Hollywood.
Springalators. Oh, they're sensational.
What's a springalator?
They
Next
leave
to
the,
Joan Crawford's
That's
shoes.
right. If you buy them for the guy, they got a little thing in there, and you if you're the guy, you push the button and they spring her right into your arms.
But enough of your fantasies.
No. well, don't you think that would? And none of that turns them on.
You know, seriously, just for a second, Cheryl, you know, you're a bit awe-inspiring, and
Oh,
and I
thank
think,
you. My.
but really, I think maybe you're putting too much pressure on him. There's a certain point where a man feels that there's a, you know, he's forced to perform, and at that point he kind of turns off because it's a challenge now rather than something that's kind of fun. And
You're so
something to
right. You know something also, they like to go out and hunt. Men have that thing about hunting. So when he comes home high.
That you're not hiding. Leave a scent.
Right, and arrows and things,
Right.
you know?
I think both
You're getting
reverse.
hot, you know, things like
Both
that.
reverse. Say that I just have such a headache tonight.
I don't feel
do
well.
that and just see how it feels.
I think that the key, though, is something that Jeff suggested. Stress the positive and not the negative. Encourage him in the 3 times a week that he is so huggable. And just tell him what a wonderful hugger he is. And perhaps work him up to a 4th day.
It's sad.
It is sad.
sad.
It's sad because it's sad in more ways than you out there or you there will ever realize, because 3 times a week is 2.5 over my budget. And I mean, I got a waist pincer and a little garment in here. I guess what you want to know,
Yes, should I,
I know what I'd like to tell you, but about how beautiful you are. What you want to do is go back, just plain living with him again, and hope the urge, the drive returns, or stay married to him and try to reform him. Is that what you'd
well,
like?
I would like to stay married to him and try to reform him.
Okay. And
One or the other.
But you don't want to leave him cold
No.
like that. 3 days a week, okay. Joanne, what should she do?
Oh, you could definitely. Living together is boring. I mean, it's not boring. It's wonderful. But I mean, to go back once you've been married, which is really wonderful.
How can you do that? I don't think you can go
Yeah.
back.
So consider the loss of 3 days just a little payment for the marriage. That's all. And work on it.
Bill, you look worried.
I was not worried. Fantasizing, I guess, is a...
I was doing that all
Funny, you entered my fantasy in the winter. I think that you really must encourage him and discourage yourself a little. Other than that, that's it. Work on it.
Try the garters.
Didn't they have something in the Army that they gave men or something that she could take?
A form of niter known as
saltpeter.
That's Sherman cigarettes, isn't it?
No, I don't, it's difficult. I would, as I said, I would just try to find something that turns him on.
That or
doing so well
cold
up
showers for you, or a lot of ballet classes, exercise. Just forget about it. It's like Joanne said, though. It's just payment. If he's a good guy, you know, you marry for better or worse. And
You totally throw the garter belt the premise out.
Oh, no. I'll do all that.
But let him go after you a little more. Maybe you're too available.
I think I'll try that.
Jeff?
Well, I go the other way. I'd say get rid of the garter belts and everything, because I remember what you said, that you watch television a lot. Have you ever decided or thought about dressing like Laverne and Shirley? No, but I think you're
Barbara
pushing.
Walters.
I think you're pushing too hard. Lay back a little bit.
What?
I say, yeah.
That's what she wants. That's the problem.
He said lay back a little bit. So I guess all of us say don't go back to the way you were. Stick it out. Do the very best you can. Try to bring them. And I'll tell you what, if you keep them at 3 a week long enough, as years go on, believe me, it'll be ample. Okay, now it's your turn. All of you here in the studio have been listening to us patiently, and we appreciate that. And right now, we would like to hear from you. If you have a comment or question for any one of our love experts up here, and that includes me, step up to the microphone and fire away, in the figurative sense, of course. So, lady right over there, stage left, if you would, you have a question. To whom would you like to address it?
I want to ask William Shatner a question.
Hang in there, Bill.
Hang in there.
Most women are expected to forgive their husbands when they cheat, and they usually do. If your wife cheated on you, would you be able to forgive her?
What a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, terrific question.
Yeah,
That's a great question.
Take it away.
I am a declaimer of the Equal Rights Amendment. Declaimer. I like the idea. He likes it. But in real fact, in real life, there's a double standard.
Yeah.
Well, I am a product of both my intellect and my emotion. My intellect say, hey, we're all equal. My emotions say, hey, no.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So you wouldn't.
It would be very difficult for me to
Bill,
live with that fact.
By the same token, seriously now.
Seriously.
And I know you, and I know your wife, and you're lovely people. You would not forgive her. You would find it important.
I would find it difficult. I would ultimately forgive her.
Would you expect her to forgive you?
Yes, absolutely. Right.
We have a woman stage left there. To whom?
Well, my question is directed to the men on stage. I'd like to know if they consider a woman's mind more important than a face or a body.
Who wants to start that of you two up there? Okay, Jeff.
Well, you show me a woman with a dirty mind, and I think that's just important. No, seriously, yeah. The mind to me is more important than any of that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If I'm attracted to a woman, I look at a face to begin with. Mm-hmm. Physical attributes are not necessarily what attract me, but if she doesn't have a mind, then I lose all interest after a couple of days.
We'll be back after this with everything for you. In some way, I really hope that Love Experts has helped some people out there, and certainly those with us here. And I'd like to say thank you to Joanne Worley.
Oh, I have enjoyed helping everybody so much.
You're such a sweetheart. Bill Shatner.
No, love is like quicksand. It sucks you in, and you never seen again.
And Elaine Joyce.
Thank you. I had a wonderful time, Bill.
Thank you, Elaine. And Jeff Edwards.
I found something out tonight.
What's that?
I'm so lonely.
Join us again next time for more interesting and we hope unusual problems on the Love Experts. Thanks for being with us now. Bye. See you later.